Photoshop is a great environment in which to build design mockups of web pages. The first thing you need to know to make a page mockup is what size it should be. There's no one answer to that question. It depends on the setup that the audience for a particular website is likely to have. In other words, are your viewers on Mac or on Windows? What web browsers are they likely to use? And what is the display resolution of their monitors? If you're an expert in the subject matter of the site you're designing, odds are you can take a pretty good guess at the answers to those questions. Once you have a sense of your viewer's setup through market research or intuition, simulate that setup yourself. Design on the same platform your viewers are likely to use, set your screen resolution to the same resolution you think they have, and open the web browser you think they're most likely to use to the full width of your monitor. And then make a screenshot of your screen. You can use the screenshot commands that are built into your operating system or a separate screenshot application. Here's a screenshot of the Safari web browser on a Mac with display resolution set to 1024 pixels by 768 pixels. I've opened the screenshot in Photoshop so I can measure the content area of a page that would be displayed with this setup. I'll use Photoshop's ruler tool to do that measuring. The ruler tool is in the toolbox behind the eyedropper tool. I'll come into the screenshot and click on the far left and drag all the way over to the right to just before that scroll bar, because the scroll bar, of course, isn't part of the page content. And then I'll release my mouse and look up in the options bar, and here I can see the width of the area I just measured. It's approximately 1,000 pixels, so I'll make a note of that. I'll do the same thing lengthwise so that I know what content will be above the fold, to use a term from the print world. In other words, what content viewers will see in this browser setup without having to scroll. I'll click where the content begins, underneath the Chrome bar at the top of the browser, and I'll drag down to just above the Chrome status bar at the bottom. And up in the options bar, I see that the height of the content area is about 650 pixels. So these measurements tell me that a viewer can see about 1,000 pixels of width and 650 pixels of height without having to scroll. So those are the numbers that I'll use as I create my web page layout in Photoshop. Although, depending on the design, for example, if it were a blog page I was making, I could make the page longer. And I'd test more than one browser setup this way and use numbers that accommodated all of them as I set the size of the web page mockups that I'm going to make for a website aimed at an audience with one of those browser setups.